ready to flow. Bruddc and Giddy got a show to glow. Life stories wild like a late night dream. We're spilling the tea and it's hot like steam. Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Bruddc and Kitty show.
From trending news to the tales untold, spinning the wheel, let the stories unfold. Catch us in the vibe where the chatter grows, with a pair that keeps you on your toes. What's the buzz? What's the word? Spill it fast, haven't you heard?
Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip
every single day. Life a little louder. I think I've even nearly got the words. I've nearly got there. What is up, good people? You are watching the Bruddc and Kitty show. I am Bruddc, and this is the lovely Kitty. How is everyone doing on this fabulous day? Kitty, how are we doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome towards the weekend. The weekend already.
The weekend is coming. It's scary. It's so scary the way this week has just gone by so fast. Like, you know, it's just gone by so fast.
You know, when you think about it, this time last week we was getting ready for the Glamour Award. It was like,
I know.
that's just mad, isn't it? It's like,
do you know what? And you know, talking about that, that's why it's so important to be snappy with your planning, because if you're not snappy with your planning, time can just fly by, and like you just end up in procrastination. And that kind of leads us on to our next subject. You know, we're very excited. We're going to be launching a short movie. We're going to be discussing that now. We do want this to be interactive as well, guys. So if you don't see this live and you just see it on the back end later on or something, we are openly looking at casting for different characters. It's not going to be a XXX movie or anything like that. It's going to be something very simple, like a short story, maybe a horror story or something like that. Couple go away for a weekend, and then it all sort of just goes a bit crazy.
50 Shades meets Poirot.
50 Shades meets Poirot.
Yeah, you know, sort of a little bit of a mind thinker, but a little bit of sass in there as well.
I like that. I like that. I really do like that. So, you know, we've got most of the planning, sort of like the structure sort of around it done. We've got the apartment and everything, you know, we've got the finances, which is always the hard thing. We've got the cameras, we've got the cameramen. It's just coming up with the concept. It's just coming up with a concept, you know. There are going to be two lead roles. There's going to be the guy that's obviously like, you know, it's going to be like, you know, the sort of romance, sort of the guy that's going to be. I will be auditioning for the part myself, one of the lead roles, and then the other one's obviously the partner or the companion or whatever who he goes away with. We haven't quite figured it out just yet. But you know, there's loads of auditions still to do for the lead role and everything. I know what you mean. I know you wanted. I know all. You know, we're working together. It's fabulous and stuff. It's lovely. But I feel like, you know, for the lead role, it's got to be. You know, it's maybe I'm thinking a little bit younger for the lead role. I know. Don't get funny with me. You know, I'm thinking a little bit younger for the lead role. Like, you know.
You think I am?
Well. You know, I think I'm in my 40s, and most women say to me that, you know, I look like I'm in my 30s sometimes. Like, you know, when I put a bit of dye on the beard, and you know, I would give you a say 50, like, you know, that's being a say 50 maybe.
Oh,
but this is what I mean. You can't win. Like, you know, I'm just like, you know, we're doing something serious for the thing, and you can't win. I'm just saying what I say. I think a say 50. I would say you look 50.
So in your mind, where am I? Who am I?
In the role, I think we could definitely get you in there. Like I said to you, 100%. I'm loyal to the people I work with. I will 100% put you in the movie as well, and you know, maybe as like the like my girlfriend's mum or grandma, whatever works for you. Like, you know, I'm not.
Fuck off.
I feel like we just got to make. I feel like we just got to make it believe. I know it's unfortunate, but I feel like we just got to try and make it more realistic in what we're trying to go for something that maybe even Netflix look at it and say, wow, we love this movie, and there's always a younger hot sort of model sort of thing. Like I'm not saying you're not hot or anything like that, but I'm just saying for it's visual and stuff, and I didn't expect you to take it like this.
The cheek! Oh my God. So this grandma, has she got grey hair?
Like I said, Kitty, we're brainstorming. I'm not maybe her mum or her best friend. Like the lead girl's always got a best friend. Like I feel like to make it realistic. There's a few girls that I've seen, and they're really talented girls. Like I'm not going to mention any names because they're I don't want to, and I'm not to say like I've made any final decisions up. If you can audition for the role as well. Like um
So I've got to audition as well.
well, if I feel like if we're gonna do this properly, like I will give you the opportunity if you think you can be the lead, but also as well,
Casting couch, no.
casting couch. To be honest,
No.
Katie, this is why I wanted you involved from the start because obviously it's very easy for guys to be demonized in the industry. Like it's very easy. Things can get taken out of hand. Like and one of the reasons why I like you is you're a man's man. You're like you're like one of the boys. Like basically, that's how I see you. And in this sort of role, this is perfect for you to sort of like to really shine as like the sort of like not the main protagonist, so to speak.
This hurts. And I'm being genuine. This actually hurts me.
I feel like if we
I've
was to
always
post.
thought of myself as a young, sprightly woman. Yeah, okay, I'm in my 50s. Come on. But somebody's
Kitty, there's a niche market for everything. But when we watch movies and stuff, like the lead character's always like a young, fit sort of like girl, like and I feel like as well, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm not saying you're not attractive lady or anything, but I feel like for both of us, for me to be the lead role, like I know you're going to say that's bias or whatever, because me putting myself straight away as the lead role, we are 100%.
who's
Sorry,
auditioning?
who's I'm the money man, so no one auditions me. But you know what? I will be once everything is finalized. I didn't even want to do this online, to be honest with you, because but I did think you would take it a bit better, like because it's just like I think it's common sense. Like I'm 40.
I'm somebody's mom. You just told me I look old.
I can't win in this case because
Why don't you say I've got? Well, while we're at it, well, I have actually. Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, like, when you're, well, like, if you're investing money into something and you feel like there's a better lead role out there for someone, I feel like, you should just go with it. Be practical. I feel like, the hot women.
What if I am the better actress of it all?
Like I said, Kitty, this is going to be a very interactive casting. Like, it's going to be. This is actually meant to be like a short brainstorming for ideas and stuff. So, what we will be doing is we will be putting it out there as well for the fans to interact and say, like, do you think this woman could be a convincing young hot woman for the movie, sort of thing that we're going for? And it's going to be a simple movie, guys. Couple will go away for the weekend, nice hot cabin, and then things kick off. Maybe there's like a babysitter or something like that. Maybe there's like a sort of like I don't know, some sort of like infidelity sort of story going behind, and maybe a little bit more mystery as well. But I feel like we should just be open. And like I said, I'm open. Nothing's set in stone. If the fans come back and they say no, this woman will be brilliant for the role, like and there'll be auditions as well.
Okay, right. How about as the villain?
As the villain.
Me as the villain.
That could work. That could work. I think we'll definitely see you coming though. That's the only problem. you're quite a tall woman as well, and
But the owner of the bed and breakfast or something like that.
that could see the things that now you're thinking. I think initially it's going to be hard to take when you hear that you're not going to be the lead role, but still there's still a role in there for you.
Yeah,
like I said, I'm very loyal.
That hurt. That genuinely hurt. I think there comes a time in everyone's life when something is gonna hurt, and that hurt.
Yeah, I feel like it is tough to hear that you like it is tough to hear that you're not like the main role. I get that, because obviously we're working together, we're business partners, like, you know, we're cracking on together, like, you know, it doesn't affect the business side of it. I feel like if there's if there's a younger girl out there, which, and there's a few girls that I've auditioned, I've had a couple. One's actually coming over today. I'm doing a private audition. You know, I feel like not like that. See what I mean? It's very important that there's no sass on the stage. We need you there we need you there as the mum to sort of. This is how I see, as the mum to sort of bring everyone together, make sure everyone's happy, make sure everyone's vibing.
Use your words better.
Kitty, you are a mum. You can't
Around.
win. You can't win in this day and age. You can't win.
Not even auntie. Can I not be the auntie? Auntie
Kitty,
kid.
I think, you know, like, you know, just if you want to, if there's a role for the Arnie, I feel like this. I feel like you're 100%. You'll be the villain. You'll be the best friend. You know, because the hot girl's always got like a best friend that's sort of like on the sort of opposite side, sort of, you know, not in a bad way, but just like totally different to them. Sort of like they always do it in movies, don't they? And that'll be the way to go. It's tough to hear. It's tough to hear. Like, you know, and you know, it's like I don't know.
Open that out to our viewers. How would they feel if you think that you've got something and you are who you are and you're feeling very confident, and then you get told that you're the mum? You're the
I think this is just the business, unfortunately, you know. And I feel like the characters have got to fit the roles. And I feel like a young hot woman is gonna fit is gonna be aimed more as a younger woman. It's horrible to hear that.
You're probably right. And when I go away and think about it, I will probably agree with you from money perspective and making money and doing business. But right now, it hurts.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hurts.
And it wasn't meant to. The reason why I was so blunt, because I know I see you as like, you know, as a team member, as like as a mum figure to bring everyone to. All right, I won't say mum figure again.
Write up your audition. You can stick that team member right up your audition right now.
All right, we need you bringing every. Yep.
Tomorrow, we can chat about that.
Okay.
Today,
Okay. What we would do, Kitty, is like, you know, I'm gonna use AI to make the promo trailer, and there's gonna be a few lines, and I will get a few girls to do the audition, do it online like this, just like in here, like, you know, it'll be live auditions as well. And the fans can vote, like, you know, for what women they want. And I feel like I want this to be a fan friendly sort of movie as well, like, you know. And I want the fans. I'm even open to tweaking the story slightly, like, you know, because I'm thinking romance with the, you know, the sort of like the mature sort of dark handsome man, and sort of like the young bimbo kind of girl, and then like her best friend or her mum. I'm looking forward to being a bad guy. Like, I don't want to be a good guy either, like, you know, because I'm always so good in, like, you know, I'm just a normal casual person, but I want to show my acting range. And if you've got something that we haven't seen, then, you know, 100% we can put it out there and see.
I think it's time to play with your villain era, which just started about 10 minutes ago. that was villain era. That was. Do you know when I see these women on the news and they're talking about, oh, I'm past my prime and they don't show me anymore, and I'm like, oh, shut up. You're not past your prime. You're still doing. I just felt it.
I don't want to be feeling like red pill either. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm leaning towards that. I just feel for a movie, for a romance / horror / mystery kind of movie, all combined, I feel like we need a younger sort of lead role. Like, there's you watch any movie, there's always a younger woman in it, and, you know, that normally sells. There's normally a great boob shot thing, like, you know, and, you know, like, unfortunately in this day and age, the guys love silicone. They love like the fake boobs and stuff.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you like normal?
I don't know look. This is the TV. You turn your TV on, you put a movie on, and there'll be a woman running in the woods with lovely tits bouncing away, sort of like, you know. And I don't know. This is what we see.
Oh, we were at the Glamour Awards last week. They're not all. I can tell you now, guys. They're not all perfect. They're not all lovely. They're not perfect. Honestly, we saw some absolutely awful silicone. We did, didn't we? We did see some absolutely disgusting silicone. I would be knocking on my
You see what I mean, ladies? If I had said that, you'll never hear those words come up my mouth, because as a man, if I said that about women with their fake boobs and stuff, I'd be vilified. But women can just say it freely. I think there was some questionable surgeries, for
yes.
sure. Questionable surgeries.
Asked me, and I think I turned around to you and said, "I'm sure they've slipped."
And that's a common thing. When they go too big, that is a very common thing. That is a very, very common thing. And like I said to you as well,
it looked like boob and then a ball, and
yeah,
they dropped.
yeah,
So because the muscle couldn't carry them anymore,
yeah.
you've got muscle here that carries your boobs. They literally just dropped. Ladies, if you have a really tiny small frame, and I know we're going off subject here in a minute, but if you have a really small frame, and I'm talking to you, Katie Price, you shouldn't be having them that bloody big. They just don't work. And I don't care. I don't believe that there's men that look at those and think that
This is the thing. This is the thing. There are, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, these women are getting their boobs done like that because of the society standards that women set, like the Kardashians in the world, and they set this sort of trend, and the men say, "Oh yeah, that's what I like." Don't get me wrong. There's a fantasy expectation, but then there's also like men want to f a woman with big boobs. They want to bang her brains up, but they want a natural woman to bring home as their wife, unless it's a trophy sort of bimbo wife kind of thing, girlfriend kind of thing, like
didn't we? We saw a couple of those as well. They were dancing. Have you noticed that I've skirted over the fact that you still call me mum?
That's your bloody niche. That is your niche anyway. I mean, like this is the problem.
Yeah, it's coming from you.
No, but this is the problem. Like I will say it as I see it. Like you're a woman in your 50s. And I feel like there's a good mum figure there that we can sort of incorporate into a movie. Like I feel like if we cast you as the main role, I feel like I know it sounds bad to say, and maybe maybe it's bad for me to pay myself as the lead role, but I am putting a bit of money into the movie and stuff. Like so.
Get you the lead role though. That shouldn't get you the lead role. If you think, and you have always said this when we've talked about casting couch, right? It should be the best man for the job or the best woman for the job, not because you're putting in the money or not because you're the prettiest or you've had a hand job.
Yeah. I'm not. See, do not start with this rumor already. Like I know there's rumors going around about someone doing something to me to get the role already, and there's no truth in it whatsoever. Like I'm always around women, and I know who you're thinking. Like
I will give you that. We had this conversation last week. If you didn't realise that Bruddc and I are real friends, and we do have these conversations, and I said, "What's it like being around boobs and lasagna all day?" And he's like, "It is what it is now. It is."
Yeah. Honestly, I think. And do you know who you've got to blame? Rebecca Goodwin. I was on her Barbie shoot, and there were six women, all siliconed up, some of them BBL'd up, like at it, and it's a weird feeling. But I must say, to the great Dick Bush, like he did really help me in terms of my creativity side of stuff. Like watching him work and watching him film the movie and the parts that he did, it was an eye opener. And the following day, literally, I was doing exactly what he was doing. I didn't get paid for it, but that's a dig at someone out there. But never mind. But yeah, but
I think a lot of people don't realise that in this industry, it's not. There's very little of it going off. It's basically, manoeuvres.
An act.
It is an act, and I think I don't want to spoil the illusion for them, but you've just called me a mum, so I'm going to spoil it for everybody. I'm going to just take everybody with me. They don't realise how little sex is actually involved in a sex movie.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, some of these movies that we see on the TV, especially like, you know, the ones with the great scenes and blah blah blah. Because you and I have like done.
That is my inspiration. Like, you know, that is the great sex scenes of TV. That is my inspiration as an art form. And obviously now I'm going to be creating some of those scenes. And this is why I feel like it's so important. Like, you know, if I think about the Sharon Stone crossing leg, like, you know, I don't feel like that role would have been good for you. Like, you know, I feel like a younger sort of girl. Oh, never mind. But you know what I mean. But you know, I feel like, you know, do you know what I mean? I don't feel like, you know, it's
30s, 40s at that age.
yeah, and you know, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm not going to say it. It's very bad to say a woman's age or even to predict the woman's age, even if you're being kind as well. Sometimes, like, you can't win sometimes. But I feel like you would be better behind the scenes, like, you know, directing stuff,
Have you gone behind the scenes now?
Yeah, but you could be the director. You could be director. I feel like because you've got a lot of experience, haven't you? I mean, you've been around the block a little bit, so you've got a lot of experience in you. Kitty, we're trying to crack on. We're trying to be professional over here. I don't want to look like I'm the villain over here. Like, you know, I'm not having any women in their 50s.
Villainary the moment that music stopped. You just switched it up to 10.
The most important thing is this is a Bruddc and Kitty production where both our names are going to be on the movie. You may be behind the scenes. You may be doing a lot of filming, like, you know what they call them on the shoots. They call them fluffers. You know, you might be the fluffer.
The fluffer now. I'm not even the mom. I'm the fluffer.
Yeah, that Kitty, there's a lot of roles. There's a lot of roles that, like, you know, there's a lot of roles for you. And I feel like just the lead role, I know that's obviously the big sting at the minute. You're not going to be the lead woman. There's a younger girl.
I'm the lead woman in my life. That's all you need.
No. But the thing is, like, you know, realistically, like I said to you, like, you know, we will put it out there. We will brainstorm. We will let the fans interact. We'll complete the story as well, which is most important. But, like, you know, this is where I feel like you could be better, where you could be like coming up with ideas and stuff and putting it in, because, like, you know,
coordinator. That's what they call them. Those people that literally do the sex scenes and they manipulate it so it looks like that they're really banging and at it.
Yeah. I suppose one thing we could look at possibly is maybe getting a body double for you if we do put you as the main role.
Ooh, why?
You know, just I don't know. I'm just thinking we could just, you know, with AI at the minute, you can do some great things with AI and stuff. Like, you know, I feel like.
How are you?
All right, bad idea. Let's move away from this. Let's move away from that. Let's go somewhere else.
You can't body double my ass. It's one of the most recognised asses in the UK right now.
The problem is it's been recognised for a few years now. That's the only problem. Do you know? See? A lot of people take it personally, but I'm thinking about protecting your dignity, protecting you, putting you out there, and, you know, a lot of big actresses have got buddy doubles that do all the work for them, sort of thing. So maybe we could get like a younger, sort of taller girl, just like you, but maybe with some nice silicone boobs or something. So when we skip from you, we can use her body as like for the main scenes and stuff.
I don't even know I can't even look at you right now.
Let's just move on to the story then. I'm just brainstorming. I'm excited. I'm brainstorming. The money's finally in the account.
Violated.
No, but it's not like that. You know, we do our shows, like, you know, we're just trying to, like I said to you, I'm putting your name on there with me. You're just as much part of the production. You're going to be able to decide final decisions and stuff. Like, you know, you'll be able to decide on who gets what role.
Me then.
Sorry?
You can audition for me then.
I will put you, like I said, Kitty, I will put you in the audition, and, you know, there's a couple of younger.
You can audition for me.
Oh, me audition for my lead role in the movie.
Role.
Okay, you know, I'm game. I'm open. If there's a better character, that will be able to sort of adapt and sort of, like, you know, pull everyone together.
Right. So this guy is charismatic. He's gorgeous. He's sexy. He's like charming. He's like, you know, over 6 foot. He's a bit of a dominant guy, right? Mm-hmm. So if you think, anybody out there that you think you can play this, come forward and you can audition for us. Maybe this is your breaking into film.
Yeah, possibly.
out audition.
Possibly. But one thing I must say, Sylvester Stallone, when he was filming Rocky, he wrote the script. No, when he wrote the script for Rocky, he went to the directors and they offered him everything. Everything, money, they offered to buy a script of him. And one of the main things he wanted was himself to be the lead role. Like, and if you ask anyone, Sylvester Stallone, back then as well, he wasn't the best looking, he wasn't the best speaker, Carl Thomas, the black guy that plays Apollo Creed, he even said when he went to auditions that he said to Rocky, get me a proper actor and I can show you how to really work, sort of thing. So there was a lot of pokes at him, and I just feel like this is a Bruddc and Kitty production, and I feel like it's got to be us. Like this is why I said there will be a big role for you for sure, but you just won't be the younger hot woman sort of thing, like or we'll have to find. I'm not going to say it again, but a body double or something like that with the silicone boobs, mainly for the silicone boobs and stuff like that. Like and I feel like we're going to be fine with it. I feel like we're going to be fine.
I
And
will probably be perfectly fine with it in 24 hours. Right now, not so much.
yeah.
Not much. And then you have gone, oh, I'm putting in the finances, so I get to be the lead role.
Yeah. I just think that makes sense. I think when you think about it from the outside, like if you're gonna shoot a movie, and it's gonna be a lot like one of the good things about me is I've got a lot of experience watching movies and like a various range of movies. So I feel like there's a lot of creativity I can bring to it, and obviously I feel like there's a role for both of us in this where we can get ourselves out there. Netflix might come in and say, look, sorry.
I'm like a politician. I'm saying that there's a role in this for both of us. You sound like a fucking politician.
Well, I'm trying. There's definitely a role for you. There's definitely a role.
Let's just move on. Let's just talk about Katie Price or Bonnie Blue, or let's
All right.
just get apart, because I feel like I have been literally torn apart. I think there is an expectation of a woman, and it's to always try and be as sexy and as young looking as possible. And I've just been told you failed.
Yeah, I don't think a man can win this argument, but
No.
I don't think I can win this argument, but I also feel like when it's all set and when the dust sort of clears and the smoke clears and people look at it, like we are looking for a young hot woman to sort of really turn some heads and stuff like that. And we just feel that I just feel that there are better candidates out there. I know you're going to be still part of it. You can be a best friend or a mum, but let's just leave it there. Let's move away from the movie part of it. The auditions will be put out, guys, and there's going to be roles. We're going to put it all out. And anyone can apply for any role, and that includes you, Kitty. Like the casting will get done.
I can audition, yeah.
You can, of course you can. Of course you can. And maybe what we need to do is we need to get an independent person to sort of come in and just sort of like be like
open it up. Literally do the auditions online and
we are.
Decide.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. We will do it.
We are actually just spitballing, and we need you to actually come up with some absolutely fantastic ideas. We have the premises of this film. We know what the basic storyline is going to be. We know.
Are you happy with the storyline? Because I was obviously thinking, maybe if it's like a hostel or something like that, couple go and they spend the night there or something, and then sort of things just start going crazy. People start getting killed. Infidelity. I can't even say the word. You say it. Infidelity. I can't say it. I can't. It's horrible when it says that. When cheating is going on. And then classic, and maybe the partner's being a little bit. What's quite common in these roles and in reality as well is like a couple will go away somewhere. Normally, what happens is they see a hot woman, and maybe she comes back to their apartment with her, and the guy's.
What if she forces the guy to admit he's been cheating? What if she forces in her villain arc, she like ties them up and forces him to tell his wife or girlfriend that he's been cheating?
Wow, that sounds scary for most men.
Exactly. 50 Shades. And she does it in such a way that it is really, really clever, and then she sort of manipulates the woman into maybe doing some horrible stuff to him as well. And then the end of the story is they have to go off together, and do they rebuild their life or do they not?
Do you know what could be really insidious as well? Like, so she finds out he's been cheating, and then like she ties him up or something, and then she brings like five guys to come in, and like he's tied up, and he has to watch five guys basically, you know, run,
Mm.
running train. That'd be torture. Can you imagine that, guys? Like, you know, your girlfriend literally tying you up to a chair, you know, and then five men try to come, and one of them's your best friend as well. Can you imagine that? One of them's your best friend, or your dad, or even or something like that. That'd be crazy.
They're all absolutely huge.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That isn't a horror film for you guys, isn't it? Let's be honest.
yeah.
Listen, we're just spitballing with ideas. If you have any ideas, we are open to listen to them. We've got the premises, we've got the idea. We know we want it to be like a bit of a mystery. Who's the bad guy? Is the bad guy the guy that's been cheating? Is it the woman that forces him to sort of say that he's been cheating, or is it the girlfriend that's going to do some absolutely awful things in the name of revenge? So that is the question. We want to ask the question within the film. And
Or the jealous mum. Maybe the jealous mum's in there as well. Sort of like, you know, the jealous mum, and she's like, you know. No, I do think this is what I mean. You're upset about this mum role, but I feel like for your industry as well, like the mummy dom kind of stuff, like, you know, I feel like if we create a really good hot mum figure sort of thing for the movie, I feel like, you know, that could be good for the thing as well.
what if he's cheated with the mum?
Whoa, now we're talking. Cheating
What
with
if
the mum.
with the mum, and
Yeah.
it's the mum that's going to force him to tell his daughter?
What? So she turns up to the hostel or the hotel or the apartment thing where they're all staying.
Yes.
Wow. We'll have to make sure she's got lovely, like she'll have to make sure she's got great boobs, those like silicone boobs and everything. Like I said, that's where the body double comes in. This is where it's perfect. I feel like we need you, but we don't. We just need to. Like I said, the
You need
silicone
my character and her boobs,
is
basically.
exactly that. Like, you know, and I'm glad you finally come to reason with that. I feel like that would be good with that anyway. But guys, what we're gonna do, guys, you know, this was our brainstorming session about the movie and stuff. We haven't even come up with a name yet. We're gonna come up with a name. We're gonna put the socials out, guys, and we want this to be a creator, sort of like a TikTok creator or a social media creator. You don't have to be a massive creator. You know, there will be at least, I'm looking at least 20 characters. 20 characters. And I'm hoping to shoot it all in one weekend as well, which to get that done over the weekend, which is going to be difficult, but
Well, like they did with Adolescents, where it's literally one shoot, we're going in, we're doing
100%. That I see. There we go. You got me thinking about that as well. Like, you know, I learned so much from watching that movie being filmed. Like, you know, yes, I think they strung it out way too long and stuff. That was the only problem. Like, you know, it didn't need all of that. I feel like that could have been done in 2 episodes maximum. Like, you know, but the fact that they did it all in one camera to take it, and, you know, to do all the scenes and stuff, is that really did open, you know, for people on a budget, like trying to get into the movie business, it really does help. Like, you know, it really does help. But, you know, with the phones and stuff today, Jesus, most of these iPhones and stuff are literally, you know, someone's got an iPhone movie on Netflix now, you know, and that's obviously where we hope to be.
Yeah, this is where we hope to be. Like we say, we're opening it up. We're asking you, it's going to be a TikTok creator, a social media creator project. And we're asking everybody to come together to do it. We're not being greedy.
Audition for it, because not everyone will be able to do it. There'll be people that, you know, unfortunately, there'll be people that will be heartbroken that can't get the role that they want, for sure.
I'm not talking about auditions with you right now.
Okay,
you and
fair.
we will talk about this after we've finished. But
Yep.
for now,
Yep.
it's we're opening it up and we're asking people to come in and help. We have Libby as well. Libby is a trained actress. She's actually starring in a movie soon, so we'll have her as well for more. You know, she can't be my body double before you even say it, because she's too small.
Fair enough.
I didn't realise how tiny she is until we met her properly. She is quite little, tiny. It's probably why she can make as hard as she can.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, that's the good thing about social media, and all my interviews that I've done over the last 2 years. I've met some amazing people, and I feel like social media in this day and age, it's really difficult to sort of break out into. So you kind of need something different, and if you've got a little bit of money, a little bit of resources, it doesn't even have to be about the money. Like, you can do things on a budget as long as it's filmed properly. You have the right casting for the movie and stuff. I feel like you're fine with it, but it's just obviously there will be people that. Well, unfortunately, from your side, at the higher end, the management, obviously, you'd want to kind of like jump in and say, "Well, I want this, I want that," but at least you'll be able to sort of add your input as well, and obviously give some advice as well, because there'll be loads of younger girls that need advice from like an older woman type of thing, like I mean, just more a mature woman kind of thing. But but guys, this was our little brainstorming session on the movie. As you can see, we're both thrilled. We're both thrilled about it. So we're going to end that bit on there. Kitty, what's going on in the world anyway? Can we move on? Let's move on from old news. Oh, I could help that one. Do
you know what? I think if you hadn't have taken that one, I think I'd have been really, really, really disappointed in you. I'd have been really disappointed. Listen, we are literally, we're throwing ideas out there right now. We want to create, and if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, I'm asking.
In terms of the movie, like to your input and stuff, and obviously if you do want to audition as well, I think maybe it's 20 too much. It's not that much. Maybe 10 to 15. Maybe 10. The thing about it is, with AI now, you can, like before, you would need AI. You would need loads of backup people. Now you can use AI crowds, AI everything basically. So this is why technology and moving with the times, with movies and stuff. Like they reckon pretty soon they won't need actors and actresses. Did you know that what they've done? A few of the actors, I think you might have been you that told me about it. That some of the actors, when they sign deals now, they're actually signing their voice and their thing away. I think it was you that told me. So the companies.
But Woody in Toy Story.
Yep.
It's not Tom Hanks's voice in all the toys.
I bet it isn't.
His brother.
Oh, really?
It's his brother.
Wow.
All the Disney toys that are based around Woody, and they are all voiced by his brother.
Wow.
And that is just crazy, isn't it? He is Woody.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is Woody. He voices it. He voices it for the movies, but the toys and all the merch is voiced by his brother.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I've got a sister, she can voice me. What?
You do have a younger sister, don't you?
I have a younger sister, yes. She's younger.
How younger is she?
6 years younger than me.
Oh, wow. Is she tall as you as well?
5'10".
She got the silicone?
No silicone.
No silicone. Oh, okay. All right, it's not a major thing anyway.
What silicone on a Chinese woman? I'm sorry, you can't.
There's loads of Chinese women with silicones.
I have made in China written on my bag. More plastic. You might as well put Mattel on there as well.
What's going on in terms of the world anyway, Kitty, at the minute anyway? What's going on out there?
That much. I mean, we've got a problem with young men and young women in social media, and it's all coming unstuck. Think HS TikTok, right? He's got this great career on TikTok, and he's built, and then he's gone and screwed it all up with the wrong thing happening and the police arresting him. He's now in Wandsworth prison doing on remand.
Yeah.
But there's another guy as well called Jack Charles, who literally, he was a YouTuber.
Is it Jack Charles or Jack? Is it Jack Doherty or Jack Charles?
Jack Charles. He was 12 years old, and he started with a video where he literally, can you remember where you had to throw the water bottle and it flipped?
Yeah.
And he did 2 on a row, and he ended up with like millions and millions of views on this thing. And he runs houses where he gets young ladies. This is sort of in our field.
Yeah.
And he pushes them to be OF girls, and he's created this house where it's 24 hours You can see everything that's going on. These girls are making bank, but he's taking.
Are you sure it's not Jack Doherty?
It probably is now.
Because
Yes.
Jack Doherty is the guy that does all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And
So Jack Dawson. Yeah, right. That's him. I'm thinking the other one's Charles.
yeah, he's going to jail, isn't he? Or he's in jail now, isn't he?
He's looking at 7 years, isn't he? And he's got
Wow.
houses and he's. And
Well,
I'm,
his dad or mum used to be one of the owners of OnlyFans. So
ah.
his family's worth billions. Like, I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
he's actually worth millions and millions on his own now,
Yeah.
and he's been done for smashing up his McLaren. Very similar to Mr. HS Tiki himself, isn't he? He smashed up
Hmm.
his McLaren on online. He did it
Right.
while.
Jack Doherty hasn't been sentenced yet, but faces a maximum potential sentence of up to 7 years if convicted. All current charges in Florida have been charged with one felony, two misdemeanors following November
My,
2025. Oh, this month, Jesus.
my question is this social media live creating monsters? Because these guys, had they have not had all this money and had all this fame, wouldn't have even probably dreamed it. I mean, he's literally famous for flipping a bottle.
Yeah, yeah. I think having parents that own parts of OnlyFans is obviously going to be helping you as well. Like, um, there are rags to riches cases in terms of creators, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous, especially for young men. It's so dangerous, like, and to get yourself out there as well, which is obviously is obviously what's getting people to do crazy things on social media. Like, you got Mizzy going into people's houses. I don't know if you saw that video the other day of the young black boy on the train, and he's sort of pretending to jerk off, and there's a man sat. You saw that video as well. Obviously, people are going crazy about that as well. But unfortunately, we are rewarding the extreme on social media. So, and these boys, they don't realize they they get a marker put on their back. Yes, they get thrown out there, they get limelight, they get money, they get all the stuff. But the women see them as celebrities. Unfortunately, even TikTok creators, women see them as celebrities. Like, they're like, TikTok is the new TV.
We saw it last week. There was a group of guys that turned up, and they were all like TikTok creators, and the women were literally swarming around them. And I was like, because some of them I didn't even know who they were. Where you kept saying to me, "Oh, that's such and such,"
Yeah,
and we see it. But I just think, I mean, with this Jack, he's
yeah.
apparently not forcing, coercing, I think is the word we can use, allegedly coercing a lot of girls, and he's admitted it, to join OF, including his own girlfriend at the
Yeah,
time.
they broke up, didn't they? And
Mm.
this is the thing. Like, these young men, like, it's so difficult for men in this industry because, like, I've got a classic example. I won't mention any names, but I had a creator that wanted me to do filming with her. She openly asked me, said, "Oh, do you want to do some filming with me?" sort of thing, like, and I was like, no, not for me, not for me. I'm good at the minute. And then I called her hun or babes in a text message, and she got funny with me about it. So this is the thing, the two-facedness. A woman can ask you to sleep with her and do all sorts of things with her, but if you call her babe in a text message, she'll try to put it out there, like, and then unfortunately, they will try and tarnish your name, especially in this industry, like, and this is the thing. If you don't have facts, you shouldn't be condemning anyone, like, because unfortunately, this industry, there's a lot of damaged individuals in there, hurt individuals, damaged people, want to try and hurt other people, as you always say.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, one of the things I will always say to these women that are going into this industry is, don't cross a boundary with the person that feeds you, if you get what I mean. So, where you and I are, we're business partners, and there's no way that I would step over a line there. Do you get what I mean? You are my partner, you're my friend, that's it. I think once you even think about stepping over that boundary, you've gone.
Yeah.
The business is done. The business is done. Keep it 100% business, ladies. But like people like these young lads that are coercing girls into OF, and then, like we've said, some of these women don't realise that in 20 years' time that stuff is still out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Realise, when they've had children and all of a sudden their children are on the internet and it's going to come back and it's like, Mum.
Yeah.
I think you have to be very, very careful, ladies. You know, faceless content is always going to be the way forward, I think.
100%, 100%, and a lot of people are doing that. But going back to Jack Doherty, I
Mm.
don't think it's fair to sort of label him as coercing these girls. This guy is a very successful person, very successful young man, very rich young man. Has all the social media clout. He's done videos with Logan Paul, all the big podcasts out there. Like, he's a very established person, and there are women out there that will try and attach themselves for him. And the moment things go south, they will say he's a creep, he's done this, he's done that. Unfortunately, this is the nature of some savage women in this industry. They will
Do you
do
not,
that.
do you not think, though, that sometimes these men get God complexes on it as
You
well?
can't help you can't. I don't think it's impossible. Like, just being a young millionaire that's famous on telly,
Yeah.
you can't even like, sometimes seeing a couple of extra zeros in your bank gives you a god complex, let alone having millions, having like, can you imagine their DMs, like, just hundreds and thousands, and probably in some cases millions of women message them saying, oh yeah, let me collab, let me hook up, let me get involved, let me get on this thing. And they are targets. This is the thing. It's like, I don't. Do you know what Neon looks like? Don't you? Kind of like the Asian YouTuber. You know Neon, yeah. Like, he's not. Bless him. He's not the best. He's obviously a great person, but he's not the best of specimens, I would say. And
And
he's had all these women that you have used him. He's obviously played the game because he can't be that stupid to think that they'd be interested in him if he didn't have the fame and the money. And there was loads of OnlyFans creators using him for that. He was getting roasted online for saying that he's even with one by Myron and everyone in the Red Pill community. So these guys are victims, and to some extent, a lot of successful men are targets, basically, for some women. Thank God you get some nice women out there that are just like you for you. Yes, they want you to protect them and want you to offer security, which is a normal thing now. Women want security, like, and it's one of the oldest, like, fundamentals that you would want from a man, some sort of security, like, financial security. And even if it's just a guy that goes to work every day 9 till 5 and he's sort of laying down, but it's these guys with money, these young guys with money, these young YouTubers even worse, social media people.
do you think that women have this sort of, they want that protection, but they're looking for it in the wrong man? Because, like you said, this guy can have any woman he wants at any given time. So these women are setting their sights too high.
Yeah, and
I'm just sort
no,
of,
no, and that kind of made me think of a subject I wanted to talk about. There are women choosing bad guys, and they know, like, you see all these women now on social media, all these single, beautiful women. You think to yourself, how is that woman single? You know, it's because they've chosen really bad men, and it's not like the warning signs weren't there, like, and they're set, like, now it's getting even dangerous. These guys are killing women every other day. Like, you're hearing about a woman being killed by some crazy ex or crazy partner. Like, you like, women, like, you really got to be careful. That's why they say, like, go for the safe nice guy rather than the bad boy that's going to beat you up and do all sorts of madness to you, like, but it's just something you can't tell a woman. Like, a woman can say to you, right, stay away from that guy over there, he's bad news. For
oh, they won't,
you,
no, they won't believe that. If you, as the ex, message any girl and say, listen, this is what he did to me, and he did this and he did this. I have been in this situation where I have tried to help other women and said, listen, do not go down that road, because the moment you go down that road and you open that door, you are letting yourself into a world of hurt. They don't believe you because they are at that point being manipulated into believing that me, is the ex that is crazy. And
it's
sometimes,
amazing. It's amazing. The crazy ex it's
yeah,
always a classic line. I think that should be a red flag. If any guy says he's got a crazy ex,
yeah, because the question you need to ask, ladies, is what made her crazy? What or who made her crazy? Because she probably wasn't crazy until she met him, and he's gaslit her and he's done all those things to her. What do you mean I'm having an affair? So you went through my phone and you saw me talking to women. That's not me having an affair, is it? I've seen you sending dick pics. Oh, so I'm not allowed to send them. You're the one that's gone through my phone, and that is how it happens. The manipulation is absolutely awful. I think we need to get used to walking away from men the first red flag. And women, you know, there are some evil women out
Yeah,
there.
we saw that video. I remember where I showed you that video of that woman where she's battering that guy. I actually mentioned, I only bring this up because I saw the video the other day again, and I didn't actually realize she's got something in her hand that she's trying to stab him in the neck with. It wasn't just her fist. Like I think I've got the video somewhere actually. Let's see if I've got it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
this video, if you remember, the first time I saw it, I didn't
yeah,
even
you found it quite hard. Yeah,
know, but I said to you, I said, oh, he's probably gaslit her and blah, blah, blah. And I was on the woman's side. Then you made me listen to it and play it again. And I was like, this woman's evil. I'm a very rare thing because I will stick up for women, but I will also, you know, call a woman out when she's bad or she's toxic. There are some women that will just believe women. You know, there's the slogan, isn't it? Believe all women.
yeah.
Unfortunately, we're in a society where we saw it the other week. There are women that are just horrible, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
are.
I think it's the bitterness in it. I think it's just that, like, you know, a woman's scorn or whatever it is, nothing worse than a woman's scorn or something.
Well, look at that woman the other week that was filmed saying, "Yeah, I set that bloke up for grape."
Yeah, evil, pure evil, man.
And then you've got the likes of Rebecca Goodwin, who's come out and said she's been raped, and now people are 50-50 on it. Whether, you know, allegedly she's been raped, and we have to say that, by the way, before anybody
Yeah,
jumps. We have to say allegedly. But unfortunately, because of that woman, we now, half of us don't believe Rebecca. And that is the sad part of what these women do. And it riles me because there are women out there that genuinely need help. They genuinely, and they're not getting it because of people that are playing the system because they're angry
yeah,
and because they're bitter.
yeah. And you can't. I suppose as well, it's a moment of anger, and then like you go once you put that statement through, or once you've put it out there, you kind of have to roll with it, don't you? Otherwise, this is obviously what their mentality is. You know, I've accused this guy of something. I've said something about this guy, but then, you know,
I watched an interview with her afterwards, and one of the things that I will say is she actually sat there laughing, and
yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this is the thing. It's once you've had, there's nothing worse than never having money than having money and then the threat of losing that money, seeing those things. So you have to keep it going. Like, you know, you have to keep it going.
So she doubled down and she said what the reason she did it was because he was abusing her, and
Mhm.
she at least 19 times, and 19 times he'd never been arrested, never been, you know, it was always a domestic case and we can't do anything and blah blah blah. So that's why she did what she did. That
Mhm.
doesn't do anything for anybody. That doesn't help future women.
Mm.
What that's done now is pointed out that women lie.
Mhm.
Will go as far as accusing a man of rape and ruining his life, and it does ruin lives.
Yeah.
This ruin lives because no matter what, this guy got found not guilty, obviously because of the evidence that was brought forward, but he will always be known as that guy that was nearly done for rape.
Yeah.
Of
And this is why fellas in this industry working around women, and do you know what? I won't even say just this industry, like, you know, in general. You could be a manager of a shop and you get friendly with one of the girls. Like, you know, this people think that this is just limited to sort of like celebrities and stuff. This is
no,
going on in the workplace. If a guy's in an authority role in the work department, like anywhere really, like, you know, you have to be really careful because, like, this is the thing where some guys get really frustrated. You'll get girls that will grab your ass, try grab bits of you. The moment you say anything out of turn to them, they can turn it on you. Like, this girl's grabbed my ass. This girl's tried to grab. Like, I used to be a doorman. I used to have women trying to grab me all the time, like, you know, doing all sorts of madness, like trying to take advantage. I think to myself, if I had just tried to grab a woman on her bits, like, you know, you'd think you'd look at me like I'm this bloody evil sort of monster. Like, you know, I remember hearing, I was just waffling a little bit, but I remember hearing about a woman that cut a guy's freaking bits off because he cheated. And everyone, look, you laughed. Look, guys, that was my point. She laughed. Do you see that, guys? Perfect there. Clip that. She's laughing in hysterical. if you had heard about a guy cutting a woman's bits off because she cheated, you wouldn't be laughing. There's no
Oh,
way you would be laughing. You'd be like, this guy's a
the reason
monster.
I'm laughing. Can I just say the reason I'm laughing is because she threw it in a bloody field afterwards, and then they made her go and find it. Can you imagine what you're looking for?
Yeah.
That's the bit that makes me laugh. I don't find it funny what she did. She was obviously a very, very broken woman. He then went on to have a corn career, didn't he?
I have no idea. I didn't even know the full story. I didn't know the particular.
John Wayne Bobbitt, his name was, and he'd been a serial cheater for the whole of their marriage, and she found out and she snapped, obviously, and she cut it off while he was asleep, and she did what she did. She then drove off with it in the car and flung it out the window in a field, and luckily the police made her go back and search for the appendage, and they've sewn it back on, and he went on then to have a career in so he made some money out of it, but you will always be known as the man that had his bits thrown, cut off.
Indeed, and that's a perfect way to end the show, Kitty. A man's bits being cut off. Kitty, anything you want to say before we roll?
We're very close to you earlier when you said to me that
And guys, this wasn't meant to be as detailed as it was today. Like, it was just meant to be some brainstorming, but it is what it is. You can't win all the time. You can't win. Kitty, thank you very much for joining me as always. We'll see you on the casting couch.